Hey guys, Art here. Today I will be showing you my first money making guide. In this video, well, not in this video, but throughout the series I've decided I'm going to show not just one money making method way in a video, because you could just skip to the middle of that and it's pretty boring. So I've decided that I'm going to make multiple money-making ways in one video and try to keep it pretty short. So I hope you guys enjoy, and let's get to it. So this is the first method. The first way is just start anywhere. Make sure you have the Tavern Lodestone, and we'll go there. I'll record again when I get there. Okay, I'm at Tavern. So the first method I will be showing you is collecting blue dragon scales. For this, it's highly recommended that you have anti-dragon fire shield or a dragon fire shield. That way dragon's breath won't hurt you. And it's also recommended that you have lightweight equipment. That way you can run around further, and a high agility level helps too. Another thing that you can take into consideration is bots. Now usually bots are a bad thing, but in this case, because you're not going to be fighting, but instead you're going to be collecting. This is an example right here. You'll see some bots don't collect the materials. So what you want to do is you want to collect the dragon bones and dragon scales and the blue dragon hide. So just if you see any dragon bones left behind by the bots or black and blue dragon hides, then collect those and then start collecting the dragon scales. To access this resource dungeon down here, you're going to need, I believe it's 75 dungeoneering. So let me check that right guys. Right, that's rewards. Alright, one second. Okay, I was right. Okay, so you need 60 dungeoneering to access this resource dungeon, and by collecting blue dragon scales over time, it can vary depending on what your summoning level is and if you can access the resource dungeon. On average, from what I've done, is I'll have a war tortoise, because this is usually what the average player will have. He'll have a war tortoise, and then he'll have either or even a terror bird works. I know for a fact with the war tortoise you can get about 500k an hour, about 530k or so, and this is just from the same process of just running around collecting blue dragon scales. Notice how my compass is right now. It's not completely north, but it's a little northwest, because that way you can just run around the circle without having to change the camera angle. And when you use teleport home to get back, just right click and click previous home teleport destination. You could get 500k an hour doing with a. Alright, I'm back. So I was saying you could get about 500k with a war tortoise per hour, and I'm gonna guess about 400k or so, 300k. I said in my last video I was gonna braid those bodies, but I haven't got the chance to, so ignore that. Okay, the second method is green salamanders. I forgot to tell you on the blue dragon scale collecting. If you don't have the required level to use that agility pipe, then you're gonna need to have the dusty key. And for that, just RS wiki it. You're supposed to talk to the jail guard, he'll give it to you. If you put on your key ring, it only takes up one space, but it can dramatically cut down on how much you make per hour. Right. So for the second method, it's green. Okay, I mean swamp lizards. Okay, it's not green salamanders. So for this, make sure you have full Warupia legs and top, and then you just start catching them. So I can set up to 4 nets right now. You see this white torch? This is for some traps. This is how you scent them, so the wizards will go to your trap even faster. When doing this, make sure that you're a couple steps away from your trap, or else the wizards won't even come to it. That's another thing I forgot. If you have Drew pouches or the Ouroboros pouch, that would strongly help in evading ghast. I forgot to show you how much each blue dragon skill cost, but each wizard here costs about 1k. Okay, so I'll go back to the bank and show you how much each skill cost. Also, quick note, to catch these, you will need a hunter level of it's pretty low. I'm trying to find it on 29. So I recommend, yeah, you need hunter level 29, and I guess I'd recommend it if you got it up to, say, if you have 60, you can weigh up to 4. It's 80, you can weigh up to 5 traps, but if you have 40 hunter, that's what I would recommend doing. That way you can set up to 3 traps. So we'll wait till I get back to the bank. Okay, so I got the items now, and there's swamp. Oh, let me get the dragon scale. Oh, my bad. Okay, so from bots, you can possibly get Blue Dragon Eye, which is about 2kh, Dragon Bones, which is about 3kh, and the Dragon Scales are about 500 each. I guess they went down in price, but they'll probably sell for higher in the current exchange. And the Wizards are about 1k piece. So I guess may not be 500k an hour anymore, but it's still pretty decent profit. Alright, before doing this third method, make sure if you're on temple trekking and your rewards, make sure that the shortcut is toggled on normal. That way you won't go to the Nature Spirit Grotto when you open these gates. There's only 2 spots I recommend doing this, and while doing it, I also recommend you have an Ouroboros pouch. That way all the casts that are around will start bugging you like crazy, and they won't get away. When doing this, you have 2 options. You can always do the blue. Well, you have to go to Rotten Logs, and just try doing it here, I guess. That way, you get the fungus. And by doing this, you got 2 spots you can do it. You've got the one that's next to the bank deposit chest. You got the one here. So, each fungus is about 455. It's almost as much as a Blue Dragon scale. So, you can make about 300, about the same profit as Blue Dragon scales. So, yeah, that doesn't, the Mormar fungus doesn't require much effort either. It doesn't require any protection. You know, if you have a Ouroboros pouch, which you can get from temple trekking, which is pretty high requirement, but if you can get that, that's great. And the last thing is, if you run low on prayer, if you have like an altar at your house, like I do, which you'll need to complete some quests to do that, but my house layout, as soon as you enter it, then go over here, and then I have an altar just right here to recharge my prayer. Now, you can have your house set different than mine, but this is just how I have mine set. And then your carrier will teleport, or whatever, is just right there. So you can teleport back, and there we are. Alright, the next method is making Maple Longbow use. That means they don't have any string on them. So let me show you this. So it's really simple to make. You have a maple walk, which you can just buy from Grand Exchange or something, or you can even get even more from the Miscellaneous Kingdom. And then you just make it into a one below you, and you double your profit pretty much. A little higher than double, but you're about doubling your profit from each hog you make, and when you sell minus 5%, so it's about doubling it. And it takes just a couple seconds to do. Now, I recommend doing this if you're just at the bank and you want to chat with friends or something, you're just not doing anything. I don't recommend you do this as a main way of money-making profit if you're concentrated. Well, if you're not concentrated, then I recommend just doing this. Sit at the bank and do that. As soon as you're finished with that batch, you just make the next batch and you're finished. Finally, the last way is mining pure essence. I recommend you have armor that's going to give you. I recommend armor 1, 2, 3, or 4, just on a high enough. I think you only need rock armor 1, but if you do this, then you might get a chance of mining 2 at the same time, and the best pickaxe you can get your hands on. You can probably just borrow Dragon Pit from something like Grand Exchange, possibly. Okay, yeah. It's on the first floor, you just talk to Wizard Distentor, and then Pure Essence is right here. If you want to, you can always use this Pure Essence to go rune crafting with, and you can just make more money off that way. By just making your own Pure Essence and go using that to make even more money like making nature runes, but I'll explain those methods in further videos. Finally, for this method, if you want to bring, depending on how high your rune crafting level is, you can use the large, giant, medium, or small pouches. And you also can use the one from Runespan, which I personally haven't got because it degrades and you can't repair it. You can use the massive pouch, which holds 18, but I only recommend that to rune crafting, so if you do a lot of rune spam, you got everything else, and just go for the giant pouch, I mean the massive pouch, and yeah. So from an inventory of this, it's not too much profit, it's about 3k. It's great for AFKing once again, if you have pouches and you don't even have to do that much banking. And that's about it. So, I hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll see you on the next one tomorrow. So, peace.